hearts to you, Lord. Let's all sing together. I want to be close, close to your side. So heaven is real and death is alive. I want to hear voices of angels above, singing as one. Hallelujah. Holy, holy, God Almighty, the great I am, who is worthy, none beside thee. God Almighty, the great I am. I want to be near. I want to be near to your heart, loving the world, hating the dark. I want to see dry bones living again, singing as one. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Holy, holy, God Almighty, the great I am, who is worthy, none beside thee. God Almighty, hallelujah, hallelujah. Holy, holy, God Almighty, the great I am, who is worthy, God Almighty, the great I am.
Hello, viewers. Welcome once again to this week's edition of the program Moment of Truth. So, the topic at stake is politics in the light of redemption. And I have this important personality, and he is in the person of Honorable Dr. Edward Mahama. And he is the leader of the PNC, ambassador at large, and a medical doctor running his own clinic. So he touches people. And so when he says he has a passion for people, he means it. And so welcome once again on set.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to
Pleasure
see
is
you.
mine too.
And I like your look, your new look.
Thank you.
For the new year.
Thank you.
Amazing,
Yes,
amazing. So the topic at stake, politics in the light of redemption.
Yeah.
I know it's a very passionate one on your
Yes,
heart.
yes.
Yeah, so what is redemption?
This morning, my personal devotion was about Boaz marrying Ruth in the Bible.
Boaz,
Yes,
okay.
in the
That's
book
an
of Ruth.
exciting one.
In the book of Ruth.
Yeah.
When Naomi went back with Ruth to Bethlehem, Boaz said, Naomi is selling the property belonging to her husband and her sons.
Okay.
And there was a gentleman who was next of kin who had the right to buy the property.
Right.
So he gathered the people, the elders at the town gate, and he told his colleague, he said, Naomi is selling this, you have the right to buy it. After you is me. So redeem it.
Redeem it.
So when we use the word redeem, we are talking about buying back.
Oh.
That's right, to buy back.
Okay.
So basically, if you talk about redemption in the light of Christianity, you're talking about how Christ redeemed us all from sin
That's right.
by using his life and his blood to purchase our redemption
That's
or
right.
our freedom. So redeem simply means to buy back.
To buy back.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything at stake to buy back in this nation?
Certainly, certainly. I always tell myself it wasn't by accident I was born in Nairobi in Ghana.
Okay.
God placed me in this country for a purpose.
Okay.
So all 27 million of us who were born here and are Ghanaians have to understand that God has put us here for a purpose.
That's right.
And so if the nation is not going the way we think it should go, if people are not living the life that is acceptable to Christ,
Right.
then those of us who profess to be Christians must redeem the nation. And that redemption is in the light of Christ, you know. So I say that Christianity, to me, personally, means I have been redeemed.
That's right.
And so whatever I do is in the light of that redemption. So whether providing healthcare to people who are sick or leading a political position to help the nation, all this is in the light of trying to do something for God.
For God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So looking at the issue of redemption, that means something has gone wrong.
That's right.
If something hasn't gone wrong, I mean, God sat up there,
Yeah.
saw that his dream, he
That's
had a
right.
plan,
Yes.
he had a dream,
Yeah.
and it has all deteriorated.
Yeah.
And then he initiated it,
Yeah.
and then implemented,
That's right.
and partnered,
That's right.
and made it possible
Yeah.
today. So looking at politics, we're looking at the nation.
Yeah.
Is there anything going wrong, and why do we, at such a time as this, do we really need that kind of politics, like redemptive one?
Yes, we do. Because everybody, to the man in Ghana, every Ghanaian believes that
Yeah,
God has blessed us
that's right.
with all sort of resources. The Ghanaian as an individual, when he's outside Ghana, he excels.
That's right.
But inside Ghana, there are difficulties. So, yes, there is...
Why is this so? Why should we excel somewhere? Is the environment, location,
Well,
the people, the mindset?
That is where leadership comes in. It's a mindset. It's an attitude.
Okay.
You know, if you believe in yourself as an individual,
Yeah.
then you must believe in your family. You must believe in your community.
That's
You must believe in your nation.
Okay.
This is what I think is missing, the attitude to say that I'm God's son. I can do all things. And therefore, I have this faith and this belief in myself. So my nation can do all things.
Where I've been put and placed
That's
by
right.
God. Okay.
That's right. That's right. So basically, I think it's an attitude problem in Ghana. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Yes.
No money.
Well, when I say attitude, money comes from people. People create money.
That's right.
So if you have the right attitude to create money, you will create it. If you are in a position where you can take advantage of your position to defraud people, to demand money from people, it's your attitude. You know. So I am saying attitude because the people who are corrupt is an attitudinal problem with them.
With them.
You know. So all our problems boil down to attitude because you remember in Genesis,
Yeah.
God created man in his own image and said, have dominion. So if you have all the resources and yet you cannot harness the resources into a better life, better health care for your people, better education for your children, better business environment, you know, then one, you are failing God because he said have dominion and you are not having dominion. Two, is your fault because he made you in his own image.
Yeah.
It's just like our children. If you have your children, they may take after you or they may not. Some may be very good, some may be very bad. But then they are all your children. You know, those who are not doing so well, it's their individual problem.
It's their individual.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting. So we are looking at areas that needs to be redeemed.
Yeah.
And for you, the basic is attitudinal
Yeah.
and mindset.
Mindset, yes.
So how do we work on that?
Good. First of all, I believe that Ghanaians are predominantly Christians.
There are other Christians. There are other fashions too.
Well, according to the census, 75% of Ghanaians are Christians.
Wow.
You have.
And that puts a very important responsibility on us.
That's right.
And then the nation should have been better.
Exactly.
If we claim we
Yes,
know
that's
the
right.
Almighty
That's
God,
right.
isn't
That's
it?
right. That's where I'm talking about the attitude.
Uh-huh.
You know, you go to church and you are not listening to your pastor, or you've heard him, but you haven't followed up on what he's saying.
But do we even have redemptive pastors?
Well, that's part of the problem too. In all, however, in all apples there is one bad apple. So
I get
among
you.
doctors, among pastors, among
Because
politicians.
for me,
uh,
the top, what you raised from the beginning is what I'm using to apply to every situation.
Okay.
Redemption means something needs to be redeemed.
Yeah.
And before God even goes to the political area,
Yeah.
he has, if you look at the Old Testament,
Yeah.
you always see the kings
Yes.
and the authorities,
Yes.
the political scene,
Yes.
running parallel with this, what do you call it, the spiritual
That's right.
scene. So before God will do anything, he
Yeah.
also connects with the church
Yes. Yes.
to play an important role.
That's right.
So I'm looking at that point that you raised as it should be redemptive.
Yeah.
And is the church even giving that kind of redemptive message to psychic the people to have a redemptive mindset and a redemptive lifestyle?
Very good. This is why I say that for me, as a Christian or a believer, I think our churches are failing us more than our politicians.
Really?
Yes. Even the president, he goes to a church. What does his pastor tell him?
What does his pastor? So his pastor is more important than
You take our vice president, he's a Muslim, he
Amazing.
goes to the mosque. What is
does
his imam telling him?
him?
So basically, our failure in this country, in my view, boils down to the fact that this attitude is not shaped by right living
Right living,
Yes.
right thinking.
and right thinking. Yeah. If you think right, you live right. So if the right living is not coming because we're not thinking right.
You're not thinking right.
Yes.
And we should be psychic.
Yes, yes. I believe that there is a need for Ghanaians to have a belief in themselves. And that belief cannot just be in me as Edward Mahama. It's in me as somebody who lives in Christ.
In a nation called Ghana.
That's right. And therefore, if I have that belief that I'm in Christ and I can do all things, then whatever I'm involved in on behalf of the nation, as a doctor, as a politician, as a farmer, whatever it is I'm involved in, then definitely I'll have the right attitude to do the right thing and to move the country forward.
And to move the country forward.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So even with what we've discussed now, I see a big responsibility on the spiritual leadership.
Sure.
And I look on the scene, I beg to differ or something, I don't know.
Okay.
But
Well, I know you're a pastor, so.
yes, I am, and
So-
I'm speaking to myself.
so-
Yeah, I'm speaking to myself, and I'm
That's right.
speaking to fellow ministers
Okay.
at large.
Yeah.
I'm looking at how, if this is the situation, as you have raised now, concerning even the political leaders, like somebody made a statement and said, if the president dies and the pastor does not pray certain prayers, he cannot be buried. You can't carry him and go and bury. So
Yeah.
you see a big responsibility
Yeah.
on the spiritual leadership.
Yes.
How redemptive do we see civilized men of God? I mean, when I say civilization, I'm talking about spiritual civilization.
Okay.
That gives you a passion to psychic your people to think in a certain way, to act in a certain way. Because I've been to Nigeria, by the grace of God, I met people like Ada Hosa. I've met personally people like Osborne,
Yeah.
been to their homes, etc. And I've seen them. The way when they speak, every statement of theirs is very provocative and sets you thinking in a certain pattern. And our people, the spiritual leadership, are they like that?
Yeah. Well, some are like that. Even if you take the time of Jeremiah,
Okay.
he was speaking the truth, but there were a lot of false prophets. Yes. So it's always been like that. In
Okay.
Ghana, there are true men of God, and there are the charlatans
Yeah, that's right.
who are prophesying also all manner of things. You
That's
know.
right.
So basically, I think that's why the individual responsibility comes in. I said the mindset, attitude is an individual thing. You know, I have a friend who won't go to church because he said the pastor did something. And I said, I don't go to church because of the pastor.
That's
I go
it.
to church
Mind.
because I have a relationship with
With
Christ.
God, yeah.
And he says this is his house. You know. So I encourage Christians to have an individual personal relationship with Christ. And then they can affect and change their own environment.
Change their own environment.
Yes.
Wow, that's very interesting. So basically, we are looking at right thinking and right living, which is a redemptive lifestyle.
Exactly.
And so I had the privilege of interviewing Ladonna Osborne, and she was telling me about the experience in Uganda when after the Indianese regime, so much had gone on, people had been abused, deteriorated, they didn't believe in themselves as a people. And I'm talking about the nation Uganda. And there was this massive crusade. After the massive crusade, you know, the gospel was preached because the gospel has the power to save.
Yeah.
That's what, unless we preach another gospel, but if it is the gospel, then it has the power
To save.
to save
And redeem.
and redeem.
Yeah.
That's right. And so they preached the gospel, millions of people gave their lives to Christ. And then the redemptive message was preached and they were discipled and people started thinking and believing in themselves. Today, Uganda is a different nation.
Yeah.
It's a different nation. So,
So you are right.
yeah.
If it happened in Uganda, it can happen in Ghana.
Amen.
In Ghana, we are already in the churches and in the mosques.
That's right.
So it's the message that is being preached there that needs to be changed
Wow.
to redeem us.
Yeah.
Because for a
I'm
very,
excited about that.
For
Yeah.
some
Can you
time now-
clarify, elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, some of the pastors preach getting visas to go outside the country. We want people to change and live in Ghana and build Ghana. Not think of leaving Ghana or prosperity. Prosperity is here in Ghana. Ghana is a very wealthy nation.
Okay.
And anybody who wants to be prosperous should be thinking about, how do I change the gold of Ghana into jewelry for people? How do I change the cocoa of Ghana into chocolate for people? How do I change the diamonds of Ghana into diamonds for people to
add value to whatever resources we have.
And of course now we are talking about our bauxite. And you know what? The people are not even coming just because of the bauxite. In bauxite there is gold as an impurity.
Really?
Yes. There is an impurity in bauxite, which is gold. So if you are mining bauxite, be sure that you also look for removing the impurity, which is gold, which is an added value. So I don't think we should just do this contract to mine our bauxite without looking at that aspect.
And that's a mindset.
Yes. Knowing what you have and what to do with it. God asked Moses, what is it you have in your hand? And what he had in his hand was enough to liberate the people of Israel,
the whole Israel.
from slavery.
In fact, there was a statement that God said that amazes me. And I this will shock you.
Yeah.
Moses is praying and God tells him, quit praying and move on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh goodness.
Yeah.
God himself telling the people, quit praying and use your mind.
That's right.
All right. So,
break camp.
Great.
Break camp.
I like that.
That's
I
right.
like that. I'm
Break camp.
excited about
So we
that.
have been camped in a comfortable position as Ghanaians, and we haven't broken camp to move forward.
To move forward. All right. So prayer is good, but prayer without movement makes nothing happen.
Yeah.
So stay right there. We'll be right back.
Reach for the best in life endeavors. After hard work, relax the soul with Primus Mineral Water. Primus Water is for everyday people, rich in calcium, sulfates, and magnesium for healthy teeth and bones, strong nerves, great skin, and easy digestion. It is also suitable for pregnant women. Visit Kingdom Books and Stationery at Usula Road, Akweje Junction, or call 0302 764101 or 0244 311955 for bulk purchase. Primus Mineral Water, Spirit of the Earth.
welcome back from that short commercial break. And I'm still here with Dr. Edward Mahama. And the topic we are discussing has to do with politics in the light of redemption. I'm so amazed. And I think, I don't know, but for me, redemption is what Jesus came for. To redeem a dream. I'm not ashamed to lose a dream because even God lost his dream. But he had plan B. And he implemented it, he initiated it, and it worked. So we can, as a nation, we might have lost our dream. America has a dream. We should have a dream for Ghana. And even no matter how that dream has been deteriorated, we can once again, especially as Dr. Mahama is saying, begin to psychic our people to think in a particular way and also to act in a particular way. Then we are heading towards somewhere. We can predict the future.
Exactly.
From what? Because actions are seeds, thoughts are seeds, words are seeds. So we should plant them intentionally, whether in music, in preaching, in teaching, in the classroom, in advising in homes, wherever we find ourselves. Our words must be impregnated with redemption, psychicking our people for a purpose and a plan. And this is my cry. I don't know what Doc finally wants to say.
Definitely, I agree with you that redemption. Ghana needs to be redeemed. And that redemption, unlike other people who think that it is the leaders, I say that each individual must accept their contribution to this redemption for Ghana.
Okay.
And so if we want Ghana to be different, let's change ourselves in the way that will make that will bring that difference to Ghana.
To Ghana.
Yeah. So yes, redemption is important, and since we are using that term redemption, Christ came to redeem. Every redeemed Christian had the opportunity to redeem his nation.
Wow.
And the responsibility.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. Wow. Well said. And thank you so much
Thank you
for
for
honoring
having
our
me.
invitation.
Yes,
And it's been exciting and
Yes.
very educative
Time
as
has
well.
gone by so fast.
Time has moved by. Yes, that's right.
Like
Time
5
has
minutes.
gone like 5 minutes. Right. So my guest has been Dr. Edward Mahama. He is still the leader of the PNC
That's right.
party. I hope to become your vice.
Well, if get the redemption first.
Okay.
As a pastor, you are redeemed. So,
Yes.
indeed, this is one of the things that I think Ghana is lacking. A lot of Christians have always looked at politics as a dirty game, and they don't want to get involved.
Because they don't understand it.
So basically, if the clean people don't get involved, the dirty people will be involved, and the politics will be dirty.
Okay.
So I encourage you and other Christians to get involved. As I said, if I attribute 75% of the corruption to Christians, then when the nation changes, I'll attribute it to them.
Okay, that would be awesome. So sign me on. Dog.
Thank you.
Sign me on. I
You're
like
welcome.
to be
You're
your
welcome.
vice. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And so the responsibility lies on us to start thinking differently. Please let our words be impregnated with redemption to psychic our people, even from our homes to our schools, to the churches especially. We cannot abuse the minds of the people. I mean, being so spiritually uncivilized, we have to civilize our people spiritually. That can affect our way of thinking to impact our nation radically and leave the scene with a legacy.
Yeah.
So on that note, I say thank you for staying with us. And of course, my guest has been Honorable Dr. Edward Mahama. And my thanks goes to Primrose Mineral Water and also to Robert & Sons Limited. And I tell you, they have nice frames. I am getting mine, and you should walk there and get yours too. So, to the nation Ghana, we are looking forward to a leadership, especially with the church, to start setting the pace for the new move, for the new Ghanaian. We believe in you, we trust in you, and we know it's possible because God says so. So thank you, Doug, for coming. Bless you. Goodbye. See you soon.